Morning everyone, Kira here from 50 Shades of Mom. This is finally that video for what you can give your teachers as gifts in school or a treat that you can bring your classmate. I apologize for not getting this up yesterday. Daryl and Paul were home and it was our chance to do our Christmas with Paul before we all leave on Wednesday. I am still super sick. I think it might actually be time to stop with the home remedies and go to the doctor. But in the meantime, let me show you what I've been working on all week to get put together. So these are some of the things I thought that you could send in with your kids to give to the students at school. Obviously, this is more of an elementary school level, not exactly something you would really be able to get away with in grades too much higher than that. But everything's on Pinterest, which if you follow me, 50 Shades of Mom on Pinterest, you will be able to see all these things so you can see how they're done. But for the most part, I kind of did my own take on all of these because the whole point, I feel, is to do this as cost effective as possible. That's the point of doing something do-it-yourself, so it doesn't have to be overwhelmingly expensive. So some of these things I changed. This is pretty much the same. These were just googly eyes and a red nose from the Dollar Tree and just some brown construction paper antlers glued on to a cosmic brownie. But I love that. And everything to do this is pretty inexpensive. Even the brownies are inexpensive. So this would be something really cute to bring in with you. My M&M guys, these can get a little costly because sometimes these could run as high as $1, these M&Ms, so it depends how many kids you have in the class. But these googly eyes and nose were out of the same package that I bought for that guy. And this is just a pipe cleaner that I cut into like different pieces and then just put them on different lengths so it kind of looked like antlers, and glued them onto the back and just did another little, cute thing for the kids. This is very different than how this was done online. I actually think theirs looks so much cuter, but of course everything on Pinterest comes out better than you intended. But they had these little gingerbread girl ones. I did the best I could. I'm not a very good drawer, and I didn't really have all the kinds of ribbon that they had to make it look so girly. But this is actually like Easter grass that I just did individual strands and then took one and tied it all around the center so it kept the strands together like a bow, and then glued it. And this is my little gingerbread girl. And then I figured, well, that's not fair. What if you want to give out a gingerbread boy? So I made this gingerbread boy and I just tied a ribbon and glued it to the bottom like a bow tie. And I thought that would kind of help simulate that you had two different kinds there. And then last but not least, I did this little donut guy. There's actually 5 donuts in here because there's one stacked underneath his hat to help keep his hat on. But this is just paint pens inside of a cello bag. And I just stacked them up and I tied the little ribbon around it and drew a little face. These guys are awesome. I got them on clearance like a couple of seasons ago and I bought them out, so I still have so many of them. But this hat and then the scarf on this candle come together on a set at a liquor store. They're meant to be like decorations if you want to give a bottle of alcohol as a gift. But I think I picked them up a couple of years ago and I got them for like 50 cents. So I stocked up on them, but they're never more than $1 or $2. So whenever I see them, I grab them. So they're really good for activities like this because they're super stretchy, so they can fit over anything. And I thought it was a really cute decoration as opposed to the one on Pinterest just had a black construction paper hat. I don't know if you'd want to do this for every, child. This might be something more you want to give a teacher, or maybe send your child in with a snack for school and just do something different. But I just figured I would use the hat. I did the black construction paper and it looked good, and that certainly would be more cost effective if you're giving to 20 some odd students. But for the all intents purposes of making the video, I kind of liked the little hat, so that's what I put on for that. So those were my school ones, and then these were some of my teacher gifts. This was a candle at the Dollar Tree, and then again, this is just that thing that goes with that hat, and then I just drew buttons on. So they had a couple of variations of different kinds of candles like this that you can decorate, but I thought that would be cute because it's fairly inexpensive. Everybody loves candles, and it's definitely super wintry. And again, if these are gifts you're giving at an elementary school level, this is something your student can do. Draw their own buttons. They glued buttons on, so if you have buttons at home you want to glue, that's something your student can do. They can tie this around. So these would also be something that your kids can physically put together for their teachers. This is just a Bath and Body Works soap. Everybody knows, this is something that you can give a teacher. What I liked is that online they had, on Pinterest, they had a little cardstock hanging from it saying, "Here's soaping. You have a happy holidays." I loved that. My printer is just not really set up to do that kind of stuff, and I don't really have the greatest program to make a lot of those cardstock things. Like, I did make this, but that was like the best that I can get, and everything else I tried to make came out horrible. Like the "here's soaping," it just didn't come out right. But I love this. Thanks for being a great teacher. You're truly the bomb. I made this, and then I just cut it out and put it on cardstock and put the little Burt's Bees lip balm to that. And even if this is something that you just don't want to give a teacher, just this would be a great addition to stay warm this winter, and put socks and this in there and other things to help keep warm, tea packets and stuff like that. So this could really be extremely versatile on so many different things. But this was the best that I got out of making that cardstock. So if anybody wants to give soap, you can just do that. But the "here's soaping, you have a wonderful holiday," which I thought really was cute. And then some did antibacterial soap, which is also great for a classroom, and said "spread holiday cheer, not germs." So I thought that was really cute too. This is also one that was done on Pinterest. They did it so different, and of course it looked amazing in comparison to what I did. They did like a red and green apple, but I wanted to use the apples that I had here. And then they used a small mason jar and filled it with caramel and put it at the bottom. Well, I couldn't find a small mason jar. I went everywhere and looked really for them, except like expensive place like a Michael's or something to just buy it for this. So I actually got these little caramel, the personal sized dipping packets. So I put 3 in here. The box came with 6 for only $2. So that really wouldn't be so expensive if you wanted to do multiple teachers. But then they just did the apples with the caramel at the bottom. But then I had these little hot apple cider pods. So I thought that would be a really cute and great addition to throw in here. And then that's that play off the give the teacher an apple thing. And then, you can do the pods with the apples and the caramel. So I thought that was a really cute thing to do. This, I love this idea. I've done this so many times with Jake's teachers, and then when I'm doing the PTO, and I did it at the elementary school level, and we did the fair where the kids would come and buy things for school, we would do these. So inside, this is just a regular oven mitt that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. And then inside, again, Dollar Tree stuff, I got these 2 things at the Dollar Tree, and then there's a thing of cookies in there. And you just wrap it up, and then I actually did print one for this, but Mason ripped it off, but it really wasn't the greatest anyways. But they had a little cardstock hanging from this on Pinterest that said, "Thanks for making me a smart cookie." I thought that was a really cute play on this, because who doesn't love this or can't use this? I feel like teachers get a lot of tchotchke stuff, and I love coming up with ideas on how to do something, a little bit different. Like, they even had on Pinterest, which I pinned a lot of that stuff for you guys to see too, like if you wanted to do a gift card, they had a Target gift card and said, "Thanks for helping me hit my target this year." And a lot of very cute play on words. So I really thought if you guys take a look at my Pinterest, you might be able to see a couple of more things in case these things don't jive with you. This is just a regular mason jar. I also tried to make look like a reindeer with my pipe cleaners and my googly eyes and nose. And inside of it, I just made chocolate covered pretzels, and I stuffed it with it. I saw so many variations of this. They did green M&Ms and made it look like an elf. They did white chocolate pretzels and did a snowman. They did red red licorice and a belt buckle and made it look like Santa. There really are just so many different variations of that, but that's a really sweet touch too. You can make stuff with your children and then stuff them in the jar, and then that helps kind of give the teacher like a personal touch that your kids handmade and gave to them. So this is just a couple ideas that I had that I put together. I pinned so many other things on Pinterest, so if you still need ideas, hop on over, follow me, and take a look at what I got. Otherwise, hopefully this inspired to give you some ideas. Have a very, very Merry Christmas. I will see you guys next time, and have a good day. Bye.